Back in 2020, I opened my first IUL policy with just $291 per month. I didn't start with thousands. I didn't start with a huge annual premium. I started with what I could commit to. And today, the same policy allows me to safely fund up to $7,600 per year without calling it a MEC. It has grown every year, earned compound interest, and even allowed me to lend money through it. So in this video, I'm going to give you a simple, clear framework for figuring out the minimum you need to start your IUL policy without guessing, without overfunding, and without risking a MEC. First, I'll walk you through what minimum actually means inside an IUL. Second, I'll give you 2 practical rules of thumb that work for almost everyone. And third, I'll show you inside my very first policy and how it was structured, why it worked, and how you could apply the same approach. Let's get started. When someone asks me, what's the minimum to get started, they're usually expecting a fixed number, $100, $300, $500 a month. But IULs don't work like that. There is no universal carrier minimum, no industry standard, no magic amount. Your minimum depends on you, your age, your goals, your income, your design, your riders, and the MEC limit on your policy. So instead of giving you a random number, I'm going to give you something far more powerful. A framework that scales with you, not with someone else's policy. Let's start with the first rule of thumb. This is the simplest, clearest way to choose a starting point. Your age times 10 equal a healthy starting monthly premium. So if you're 30 years old, that's $300 a month. 40 years old, $400 a month. 50 years old, $500 a month. You don't need to overthink it. When I first got started, I was 28 years old and I committed $291 per month, right around the 10x age range. Here's why this works. It keeps the policy affordable. It gives your policy enough capital for it to grow. It creates a habit of consistent capitalization. It allows you to scale later without starting over. Most importantly, it keeps you safe from underfunding, which is one of the biggest mistakes people make. Every IUL comes with a maximum allowable contribution before the policy becomes a MEC. This number is not random. It's determined by your design, your debt benefit, your riders, your age. Your MEC limit is the ceiling. Your minimum is how close you can get to that ceiling without touching it. A clean, safe, efficient guideline is fund up to 90% of your MEC limit. So if your policy allows a maximum of $7,600 per year, your safe funding target is about $6,800 per year. This keeps your policy efficient, growing, flexible, safe from unintended MEC status. Now, you don't need to start at that amount, but you need to know the number so you can grow toward it. Before we continue, I want to invite you to join our free finance community. Inside the community, you'll learn the exact structure we use, and you will see the 3 ways we capitalize our IUL policies so you can decide which starting point makes sense for your goals. So if you want step-by-step clarity, examples, guidance on your minimum, and access to training that breaks this down visually, join our free finance community. The link is below, is in the description. So let's define minimum. Minimum equals the amount you could commit to for 24 consecutive months, not 1 month, not 5 months, not when you feel like it. A real minimum is something you can commit to for 2 years straight without pressure. Because the truth is, you don't stop funding a policy just because life happens. You don't want to stretch so far that you break the strategy. You want predictable capitalization, not emotional decision making. When I started with $291 per month, it wasn't because I couldn't afford more. It was because I wanted a starting point that I could sustain long enough to build momentum. Consistent funding beats aggressive funding every time. Now let's look at how this played out in my policy. So right here is an email from my insurance agent at the time, basically giving me 2 illustrations on what he recommended I should get started with. And he gave me a 10-year summary and a 20-year summary. So right here you can see my initial, and I went with the 20-year summary. This is my initial debt benefit of $314,000, and the minimum premium, annual premium was $1,200, and the maximum was $7,600. So the annual premium was just to keep the policy open, and the maximum was my guideline amount, where I could fund a little bit more than it before it become a MEC, but this was the guideline. So I decided to fund half of this, around $3,500. Right now we're in my National Life Group account, and I'm going to do a brief overview of my account. Right here you have your accumulated value is $14,000. My surrender value is $1,800. I do have a loan against my policy where I'm collecting the arbitrage with private money lending. My debt benefit is $319,000. And as you can see, my interest that I earned was 8.9% this year, so $899.07. And let's look at my interest for each year. So this is from December 2024 to December 2025. Let's look at 2023 to 2024. All right, 9.21%, so $640 in interest. So every year I'm not earning 9% interest, but that was a pretty good year. 2023. All right, 3.3%, 2021. 4.8%, and then I got started with my account in 2020. All right, a little bit of interest, $9.748. And here are the details. So, insured name, Elridge Moore, effective date, July 8, 2020. My debt benefit, $319,000. My MEC limit is $27,000. Guideline premium limit is $20,000. So right now I could put $27,000 with not making this account a MEC. The additional amount of premium that can be paid through the date shown before the policy becomes a modified endowment contract. There are unfavorable tax consequences when your policy becomes a MEC. Please contact your agent for more detail. So I know I have to fund my policy with $27,000. As you can see, the total transactions. So total transactions, let's look at premium payments. So all my premium payments was around $291. So that's 10 times my age. I was 28 at the time, so a little over 10 times my age, and $291. The loan, I have a loan of $9,550 against this policy. And let's show the interest that it collected. So since I opened it, my interest has been getting bigger because my cash value has been increasing. But guys, this is my first policy. That is the benefit of starting early and funding consistently. When someone asks me, what should my minimum be? I give them a simple 3-step framework. Step 1, determine your 24-month commitment. Ask yourself, what amount can I comfortably contribute for the next 2 years without stopping? That's your true starting minimum. Step 2, multiply your age by 10. This gives you a realistic monthly target. If it's too high, scale down a little bit. If it's too low, scale up. But it gives you direction. Step 3, know your max ceiling. Ask your agent or your carrier, what's my maximum annual premium before this becomes a MEC? Once you know that number, your real framework becomes your 24-month commitment, your age-based guideline, and your MEC ceiling. That's how you choose a smart starting point. I want you to hear me clearly. You don't need to start big for this to work. A lot of people think I need thousands to start. I need a huge income. I need a perfect design. No, what you need is a starting point, a long-term strategy, consistency, and clarity. Your policy grows with you. Your income improves, your understanding improves, your opportunities improve, and your contribution can improve too. When I started at $291 per month, I wasn't thinking this is all I ever contribute. I was thinking this is the foundation I build on. And that foundation grew into the ability to fund $7,600 per year today. That growth didn't come from guessing, it came from strategy. Your minimum isn't about what the policy requires, it's about what you can commit to. Consistency and sustainability. That's how you build wealth with an IUL. If you want clarity on how to structure your own policy, if you want guidance on choosing the right minimum, if you want to learn the 3 ways we capitalize our policies inside our system, join the free finance community. The link is below. Inside, you'll get the training, the framework, and the support you need to build the strategy the right way. I'll see you on the next video.